बंदेया रे बंदेया, बंदेया रे बंदेया, राह पे चल बंदेया. Good morning. Keep joining. रे बंदेया, ये रात जरा सी है, बात समझ बंदेया, कुछ देर ही बाकी है. रख यकीन आँखों से बादल, आज हट जाएगा. चाँद तेरी आँखों में बंदेया, चल के आएगा. बंदेया रे बंदेया, बंदेया रे बंदेया, राह पे चल बंदेया. बंदेया रे बंदेया, बंदेया रे बंदेया, राह पे चल बंदेया. A very motivating song to begin the class with. Okay. Very good morning to all of you. A big hello to all of you watching the classes now in evening, whatever is your schedule. Chalo. So we are in day 4 of our costing practice batch, as I call it, right? Frankly, this is regular come practice batch. I thought of making it little fast as fast track, but it's not possible. Concepts, when you learn, you need to learn it properly. Yes, problems almost exactly 5 problems we have solved yesterday in class for cost sheet. And thank you so much for writing the format of cost sheet, even though it's printed. When I said write, you have written, send me the picture, but please can you send the picture in the group to motivate others also. However good a teacher is giving charts, colored book, nothing will help you unless you write it yourself. Maybe if the chart is good, take it down as it is. Okay, get a nice sketchbook and write all the charts. That's the way I have seen students getting result. Okay. Cost sheet simple problems we have done yesterday with little bit trick. Today we will do advanced level problems. For that we have to revise the cost sheet parking, where the things are to be parked. And did you enjoy one mindset yesterday, whether purchases were missing or whether opening stock of raw material was missing? How to do cost sheet or how to do operating costing or how to do budgeting? One trick for costing, every day you will listen to this dialogue of mine, that is put the things on paper. Put the things on paper. Is this clear to all of you? The whatever information is given, if you know the format, if they give you administrative overhead first but it is down, go and write. If they give you sales as the first item, you have written it last, go and write. If it is in thousands, write in thousands. And until now, all of you have started using M plus M minus. Clear? Right. So anyone is having any doubt in the homework, ask. Homework answers are there, but trust me, if you check it orally by tick, it will not help. Don't come and say, ma'am, I have attended your practice batch, but could not clear the exemption, could not get the exemption. Possible nahi hai. When I did the first problem and the third problem and I gave second as homework, you have to do it in writing. Write the duration, share all that with me. We are all connected in the challenges group, right? For those who have registered, I have already made a broadcast. That means you will be getting message personal, but it is given to the whole group so that you are not disturbed. So you are connected with us, okay? Save the number, otherwise the broadcast will not come to you even if you have registered. I'll write my number later, save that so that you will get all the messages, timings, updates, and from tomorrow the link of the class will also be different. We are going to start with material chapter, EOQ. जिसके बिना कभी एग्जाम का पेपर देखा है आपने? हाँ, right. EOQ, then labor में Rowan Hull say. These are few things which comes every exam, either in the form of question answer or the case studies or MCQs, whatever you say, right? So pakka wala promise that whatever problems we have left in between, I'm telling me, trust me, dear students, for one thing, what is important only I'm saying and what is important only I'm doing. जस्ट टू फिल अप द बुक, हाँ 10 good problems 5 ठीक है ये ऐसे वैसे प्रॉब्लम है डाल दो, आई विल नॉट वेस्ट योर टाइम एंड माई टाइम. So if I have missed the problem, the only reason is it is similar. It is similar. You can do it yourself. If you have any doubts while solving it, get back to us. Chalo. Let us start like a prayer. Can we say what is the format of cost sheet? अगर ये ऑफलाइन क्लास होता ना, तब तो हम क्या करते थे पता है? If this would have been offline class, then we would definitely ask the students in the class, chalo, just sit and say. I always say that don't get up in my class, no need of that, but sit and revise the format. So this is an online class, so I'm going to do it. Now you check it whether I do it correct or not. If it is without stock, like your first problem, percentage. See, this is Deepti ma'am's way of teaching. Coming 5-7 minutes, you may feel, ma'am, ये तो पूरा कल का चल रहा है. This is to bring you in yesterday's class. कैसे वेब सीरीज देखते हैं तो पिछला recap होता है ना, वही हो रहा है बस. हाँ, start with opening stock of raw material, purchases including carriage inward and all, minus closing stock, you get raw material consumed. Add direct labor, add direct expense, you get prime cost. Add factory overhead, you get factory cost. Add opening work in progress. Means the mindset is clear. Whatever work is in progress, neither it is peanuts nor it is oil. It's like pulp. This work in progress is always valued up to factory cost. So opening work in progress minus the closing work in progress, you get the works cost or the factory cost. In that, administrative overhead you will add if it is related to production. You will get cost of the production. In cost of production, if you add opening finished goods, you get the total goods which are available for sale minus the closing stock of finished goods which is there. You get the cost of goods sold. Now, selling expenses are never incurred for the number of units produced. Selling expenses are incurred for number of units sold. So after cost of goods sold, add selling expenses, add distribution expenses, add admin and general expenses, and then you will get the cost of sales, add profit, you will get sales. And in every cost sheet we did yesterday, profit was either 15% on sales or it was 20% on cost, like that. That equation we have made it clear in the first class. Huh? That's why along with live class, you are given permission to watch the recording also twice. Just use it. But I'm saying for that sake, don't miss attending the live classes. Okay? Right. Sure. See, attending the live classes, being with the teacher is a different kind of energy. So trust and do that. The format is clear. चलो आज थोड़ा सा एडवांस वाला फॉर्मेट पढ़ेंगे. So for that, come to the basics of your material. Until now, what revision I have done is clear to all of you. Yeah, yesterday I directly explained the cost sheet and I started with problems. So now, yeah, we'll go systematically right from the beginning. Now we will understand this at faster pace because we have applied this and worked out problem. What is cost sheet? It is a statement which shows the breakup of all the cost. Just writing all the cost together is the cost sheet. So it's the breakup. It is a document which provides details of cost. You can add on profit. You can fix up the selling price. You can compare it with yours data last month, last quarter, last year. You can compare it with the competitors in industry to set the right pricing and so on. Okay, right. What do you mean by prime cost? Material, labor, expenses. What do you mean by material cost? Opening, purchase, closing. And in purchase, please add over here, whenever you purchase raw material, you will add the carriage inward, you will add the insurance, and also add the GST if ITC not availed. I want all of you to write this. When they say that raw material is purchased on that we have paid carriage, insurance, all. Okay. GST if you have paid, but if you are availing input tax credit, keep it separate. If not, you can add it here. So you get material consumed. Oh, down they have given here. Material may add freight inward, insurance, trade discount minus hoga, duties and taxes if ITC is not availed. Okay? Okay. Direct employee, labor cost. Whenever we say direct labor, these are the employees who are working for the product. So their wages can be linked with the product, right? Wages and salaries, allowances and incentives, payment of overtime, bonus, ex gratia. See, we are going to do the labor chapter also. So along with the wages, salaries, allowances, incentives, overtime, हाँ बहुत सारी चीजें. In fact, nowadays it is mandatory according to labor laws to put the money in PF, ESIC. All this is a part of direct labor. Leave, holiday, leave travel concession, all. Direct expenses. Now, yesterday, all the worksheet, listen to carefully to the difference between yesterday's class and today's. Yesterday, direct expenses are given. We know how to park it. Material, labor, direct expense, prime cost. Today, instead of direct expenses, items which come under direct expenses. Yesterday, we have just added factory overhead. Today, they will give factory rent, insurance of the plant and machinery. Huh? So like this, when they give, one second, huh? Yeah. Clear to all of you? So instead of giving overhead, they will give delivery vans, drivers, salary, delivery vans, depreciation. Now all this comes under selling and distribution expense. So that's what is the advanced part of the class today we are doing. Okay? Chalo. Let us check it. Let us do it. What will come under direct expenses along with the material and expenses? Cost of utilities such as power and fuel, royalty paid for production or provision of service, some patent formulas you are using, higher charges paid for hiring specific equipment. Okay, higher charges paid. एक ऐसा था कि हायर चार्जेस ऑफ मशीनरी HEMM करके कुछ लिखा था. So this was like heavy moving machinery, like that it was. So whenever you take the machinery on rent and that charges are not factory overhead, they are directly for the production. So higher charges paid for hiring equipment, it will come under direct expenses. Fees for technical assistance. See what is done in yesterday, that's more than enough for cost sheet. But 20% chances of getting advanced level problems, that's what we are doing today. हाँ? और बहुत अच्छे हैं, इतना मजा आएगा. Same problems you will be getting in other topics also. So just do this properly. Fees for technical assistant, amortization of patents, molds, cost of the product, service specific design, software. When you're manufacturing, you use certain software and all. Other expenses which are directly related with the production of the goods for the provision of the service. Okay. Yeah. Ma'am, all this will come in exam. No, might be one item. If they give you direct expenses, you all know it's a part of prime cost. But instead of direct expenses, if they give you royalty, if they give you designing charges, if they give you higher charges for the machinery, will you be able to take it in the direct expenses, right? Now, in the prime cost, add factory overhead, add opening work in progress, less closing work in progress, you get works cost. Now, yesterday, I didn't talk about this. After the works cost, I told you add the administrative overhead if it is related to production, and you get the cost of production. But in between, what items are there, they are very important. Means these might come, they will come as a zaruri nahi hai. What we have done yesterday is also correct, but that was an overall view. Today we are checking in depth that what will come. First of all, where is factory overhead? Prime cost. तो factory overhead में क्या क्या आएगा देखो. You remember in the introduction classes when I was teaching the first chapter, I said factory overhead is nothing but indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses. It is also known as works, production, manufacturing overhead. It includes following indirect cost. Okay, so factory overhead. क्या क्या आएगा देखो इनडायरेक्ट कॉस्ट में. Consumable stores and spares. Can I say this is indirect material, consumables? For example, I'm making from peanuts oil, but the chemicals what I use to purify the color of the peanuts oil and give the fragrance, that's consumable. It's consumed, but it is not seen. It's not the main material. Stores, spares, depreciation of the plant and machinery, all factory related expense. Lease rent, repairs and maintenance of the plant and machinery. Indirect labor cost. What is indirect labor? Direct labor means workers who are working for the production. Indirect labor is supervisor's salary, manager's salary, who are looking for all the products. Drawing and designing department, insurance of the plant and machinery, factory building, stock of the raw material, all. Amortized cost of jigs and all. Service department costs, such as, while you are doing production, but in the factory, there's a service department like technician. अगर कहीं कुछ machinery में problem आया, engineering department. Every factory needs to take care of the pollution. So they'll have energy saving devices, pollution control equipment. All this is a part of factory overhead. If they say right factory overhead, done. If they say factory overhead की जगह, if they say consumables, plant and machineries, I'm reading again because it's easy to understand. It's easy to just meaning तो समझ में आ जाएगा, but it's not easy to park it exactly at the place. इसीलिए हम फिर से देख रहे हैं. देखो, consumables, depreciation of plant and machinery, repairs, insurance, indirect labor, amortization and all. ठीक है. Work in progress, all of us know what is work in progress, which is in between. Now, between the factory cost and cost of production, you will add all this. Quality control cost. To maintain the quality, we have sample testing unit, we have quality control inspector, his salary and all will come. Between factory overhead or works cost or the factory cost and cost of production will come all these items. Quality control cost, R&D cost, administrative overhead. Yesterday only I said, include it here only if it is related to production. Yeah, less. Credit for recoveries, ये एग्जाम में बहुत आता है. Credit for recoveries. For example, I told you yesterday that we are doing a sample test. We are putting 5 kgs of potatoes and checking how they are automatically washed, peeled, sliced, fried, and we get chips. So that sample we have sold and we have got some income. Suppose from leather sheets we are making shoes. But from the leather sheets, when we make shoes, we are cutting out. So those small cutouts are sold. And out of that, someone is making keychains, pure leather keychains, chotu chotu. So that income will be credited here. And primary packing cost is a part of the cost of production. Otherwise, listen, all of you, logically, simple English says packing material ना, selling and distribution. जब बेचने जाएंगे तब कवर की जरूरत पड़ेगी, प्लास्टिक कवर में डालना, put it in plastic bottle, cartoon and say bye bye. अरे no. But when I'm producing oil, basically I need 1 liters ka packets in which I can put the oil. That's my primary packing. Then 10 liters of packets I'm going to put in a cartoon. So that is a secondary packing. Once again, I'm saying primary packing is a part of cost of production. ये दो आइटम आपको एमसीक्यूज में, एग्जाम में, केस स्टडीज में कहीं ना कहीं पूछते हैं. And take your time. I didn't purposely check this yesterday. See, it's not that you take the material and you start studying on your own. This is one of the misconception of the students. When a teacher has made material, we know how to teach. Like now you have taken the baby steps. You have completed 9 problems of cost sheet. You know the base. Now you are ready to observe the advanced level. Okay? Yeah. फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड. क्या क्या ऐड होगा फैक्ट्री और कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन में? क्वालिटी कंट्रोल, R&D, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ओवरहेड, क्रेडिट फॉर रिकवरीज, packing cost, primary packing, and that will give you the cost of production. Done? Each item is explained here. This you can just read: quality control expense, R&D, administrative overhead, scrap and wastage, joint product, byproduct, packing cost. Primary packing cost is a part of cost of production. Now, once you get cost of production, add opening stock, you get cost of the goods available for sale, less the closing stock, you get the cost of the goods sold. Have we worked out this? यहाँ से तो same है. तो नया क्या सीखा हमने? What we have studied new over here? In indirect expenses, direct expenses, factory overhead, what all items can come? Okay. Now cost of the sales. It is the total cost of the product incurred to make the product available to customer or consumer. It includes cost of the goods sold. Okay. So in cost of goods sold, which you get from here, add administrative expenses, selling expenses, secondary packing, distribution, you get cost of sales. Okay. What is general administrative expenses, which has got nothing to do with production? So they will come here, like salary of administrative accountant, director, secretary, depreciation of admin building, accounts department ka pura expense, rent rate, insurance, indirect material like printing, stationery, audit fees, corporate fees, registrar's fees, board of directors sitting fees, yeah, meeting expenses. All these are general expenses. So they will always come below the cost of production. Selling expenses, we all know salary and wages of the sales department, rent, depreciation, maintenance of machinery which is used related to sales. पैकिंग के लिए वेइंग मशीन है, डिलीवरी वैन है, तो वो सबका डेप्रिसिएशन, रिपेयर्स एंड इंश्योरेंस, cost of advertisement, maintenance of the website. So nowadays so much digital marketing we use for selling our product. Here it is not given, but the bad debt will also come here only. Bad debt, secondary packing and distribution expenses. Okay, right. So this we have done yesterday. Material, opening stock, add less material, labor, expenses, prime cost, add factory overhead, gross works cost, add opening work. One thing is clear or not, work in progress is valued at factory cost. Matlab factory overhead tak all the expenses will be included if they ask you to calculate work in progress per unit. है ना? Right. Closing work in progress. Factory cost. Add quality control cost. R&D cost. Administrative overhead. If it is related to production, less credit and packing, what I told you. Cost of production. Add opening finished goods, less closing finished goods, cost of sales. In this administrative selling distribution expenses, cost of sales, add profit. Here you will fit the equation. Profit is 15% of sales, profit is 20%. हाँ, जो भी आपको पूछेंगे. Clear to all of you? Okay, I'm going in little system. Ma'am, आज पूरा theory है क्या? अरे नहीं, 5 minutes, just wait and we will do some very beautiful advanced level questions. Okay, some theory question. If they ask you, what is the benefit of preparing cost sheet? Did you see yesterday you could analyze so many things from the cost sheet? Presentation of the cost information in proper format. Factory overhead will come up. Work in progress is valued at factory cost. Finished goods is calculated as cost of the finished goods, which is ready and parked in your godown. You don't add selling expenses. That means, can I give you a dialogue that, 1 second. Can I give you a dialogue that finished goods are valued at cost of production and the goods which are sold, उसी को selling expenses लगेगा. Correct है या नहीं? Right? So now, what are the advantages of cost sheet? You get presentation of all the information. Determination of the profit, determination of the selling price. Cost sheet helps you to prepare budget. Oh, company is operating at 60% and this is the cost sheet. If it operates at 80%, then might be fixed cost is same or this will increase. Your variable cost. Sales will also increase. So you can make budget, you can do comparison, you can give estimate. See, if you know your cost properly, then if there are tenders, quotations, you can fill up that and give your quote. And you can do this cost sheet product wise, area wise, north zone, south zone. You can do it salesman wise also. Okay? Right. 1 second, dear students. Disclosure of operational efficiency for the cost control. Okay, you can control things. What is not included in the cost sheet? You remember yesterday also one item they gave, I said, no, this is not included in cost sheet. For example, basically material, labor, overhead, factory overhead, admin, selling, cost of sales, profit. Nowhere I am taking abnormal cost. मैम अगर फायर हुआ तो ये भी तो एक्स्ट्रा खर्चा होगा ना, बारिश बहुत आई तो blah blah. Do you take care of abnormal cost? Like that, few items are there which will never come in the cost sheet. They can ask you a theory question, or while solving the problems you have to ignore with note. If you just ignore because Dipti ma'am has told us that this is not a part of cost sheet, valuer will not understand. Because you have followed and ignored, or you have ignored because you didn't know where to park it. इसको किधर लिखूं तो छोड़ दो. So ignore with a very crisp, clear, small note. Non-operating income, rent, interest, dividend. No, this doesn't come. Okay, right. You know, rent received is not, I am a producer of peanuts ka oil. Even if I am having miscellaneous income like interest, dividend, rent, they have got nothing to do with my cost sheet. Profit or loss on sale of plant and machinery. Huh? Managing director's salary and all, which is based on profit. Payment of dividend, transfer to investment equalization reserve, dividend, ये सब transfers नहीं आते. Income tax is not your routine expense. And if there are fines, penalties for non-compliance, abnormal wastage, you will not take. हाँ, रूटीन में बेड डेट्स हैं तो कभी कभी दे टेक इट इन सेलिंग एक्सपेंसेस, क्योंकि some businesses are there sure कि 5% of sales will be bed debt, but still they do the business because their margin is high. So items which may distort the comparison, interest and discount, no. Even if you have paid interest for loan taken for business, you don't take it. Imputed items that are not actually incurred, write off the goodwill, preliminary expenses, all. Hmm. Hmm. What is the treatment of these items? Abnormal cost will not come. Subsidies grant. Hmm. It will not generally come. Penalties, fines, no. Interest and finance. You can just read it. Okay. Now I'm just scrolling the material. If you have any doubt in homework, ask me. Like this was a simple cost sheet to be prepared, total and per unit. Clear to all of you? Right. So production is 4,000 units. So material and all this will be for 4,000 units. But selling expenses will only be for 3,600 units. समझ में आया? Selling expenses is incurred for number of units sold. Factory overhead and admin overhead is incurred for number of units produced. ठीक है? All these questions we have done. Reverse also we have worked. Just put the data, all that we have done. We are now starting with some advanced level questions. ये last हमने कल किया था 9th वाला. 9th question was clear to you? Up to a limit, fixed cost will be same. After that, 10th I have to do, but I'll do it later. 10th, 11th. I'm directly going to 12th problem for 10 to 14 marks. It is asked. बहुत अच्छा प्रॉब्लम है, इसको राइटिंग में नोटबुक में करेंगे. In between two problems I have left, I'll go back. Any doubt? Even if you are watching recording and if you have a doubt, hats off that with job you are committed to register for the classes and you're planning to write September attempt. Any help you need one-to-one on making a workable daily plan for you, it's all in the mindset. Not a single day passes by for me also, being more than 2 decades into teaching. Am I doing this right? Because I know I'm telling you all one frank thing. Shall I share? That matlab, I am an expert in accounts also. Like in my own academy, accounts tax costing 10 years concept classes, offline classes, I have taught these subjects because I got 95 in accounts, single entry, partnership, amalgamation. But then over the period, I realized that GST and DT is so dynamic. 1% also you cannot take chance of not updated material, updated questions to give the best. I had to leave one subject and I left accounts. So, every now and then that doubt comes to me that did I do it correct? Of course, accounts was my very favorite first love kind of thing. Why did I leave that? Because when I scored 95, I know branch accounting, I know hire purchase. But then I know that with my offline online schedule, I can justify these subjects better. So I took this decision. So just saying the same thing. Every day you will say, अरे job ही कर लो, क्यों लिखना है exam, क्या करना है? I'm always available to help you all. Just a call away. Huh. For those who have registered for the batch, make sure you save this number as concept class number only for WhatsApp. Don't make incoming calls on this. Yeah, it is mostly with the office staff. 900655156. But if you have any doubts, click the picture and send. You need any help, ask. Okay? Sure. So let us do 12th problem in notebook now. X manufactures two types of pens. Yesterday we have made cost sheet for one product. Today they are giving you details of two products. Okay, right. X Limited manufactures two types of pens, super pen and normal pen. The cost data for the year ended 30th of September is given. Okay, right. Material, wages, overhead and total. This is of course a past exam question, as I said, for 10 marks. इसीलिए उसका year 2019 है तो मैंने change नहीं किया. अगर टैक्स रहता तो वो भी करना पड़ेगा. Direct material cost, total material cost is 8 lakh, but you have used this material to manufacture super pen and normal pen. So material cost is super pen is twice of normal pen. Labor of normal pen is 60% of super pen. Production overhead per unit is same. So this is the production. So in short, they have given you the total cost and they are asking you to bifurcate the total cost. Okay. So for that, we will make a proper columnar cost sheet and we will also make some working notes. Let it take 10-15 minutes time, but अच्छे से करो ये problem. You can message me. I'm not boosting myself. How much of taxation compiler if you have used came in the exam. तो आप ही मुझे कॉल करोगे कि मैम कॉस्ट शीट के प्रॉब्लम्स सब जो कराए कल और जो आज कर रहे दे आर ऑल अप टू द मार्क ऑफ फाइनल एग्जाम. Administrative overhead of was 200% of the labor. Okay, so इसका 200% is administrative overhead. Selling expenses was ₹1 per super pen. मैम नॉर्मल पेन का सेलिंग एक्सपेंस नहीं दिया है. ठीक है, देखेंगे. प्रोडक्शन फॉर सुपर पेन 40,000. Sales is 36. That means immediate. I'm reading exactly with the mindset of student. So when you read this, okay, 40,000 units are produced. Sales is 36 and there's no opening stock detail given. So 4,000 is nothing but the closing stock of finished goods. Normal pen का production दिया है, sales नहीं है. You have produced super pen and normal pen, but normal pen you have not sold. So they have just asked you to prepare the cost sheet for super pen. Selling price was 30 for super pen. यहाँ भी दिया है, ऊपर भी कहीं दिया था ना. हाँ, normal pen का नहीं दिया है, छोड़ दो. Selling cost means selling expenses is also given. Selling cost per unit and total cost, profit per unit and profit. So can you do like this? See, I'm doing it only for the super pen. I would have made one more amount and unit column if they ask me to make for both. Okay, right. So we will make this cost sheet and down the line some workings are there. Don't just check the answer. Let us do it in writing so that we know कि इसके बाद क्या करूं, इसके बाद क्या करूं. Common query of the students is, ma'am, after a point in costing, the pen stops. Next what? If it is accounts, we know it's all between debit, credit, journal entry. Income tax has its own format of computing house property, GAV, NAV, capital gain, sale consideration minus. So you have to put the data. Just see the way I am doing it. Continue. That's a very nice problem. So let us make sure कि problem number 12. They are asking you to make a cost sheet. Cost sheet of super pen. Particulars. Per unit and total. It is not in thousands and all. Okay. So see, you have direct material. Did you observe one thing? This is not having raw material stock. This is not having work in progress stock, but definitely it is going to have finished goods का stock. तो पहले तो raw material नहीं का direct ले लेंगे. Direct material. Direct material is 8 lakhs, but that is for 2 products. Now bifurcation we will see. Then we have direct wages. I hope you are getting what cost they have given direct wages. One hand is on the question paper. That is 4,48,000 is total. We want only for super pen. तो हम देखेंगे कैसे करेंगे. Immediately after this, you will get what? Prime cost. I'm making the format so that I can fill up the things. Add to 8. Production cost. 1,92,000. You get the factory cost. Oh, production cost. Why am I writing amount? That's for 2 products. We want it only for the super pan. Really sorry. Just make the format. Did you get one thing? What did I skip? Opening stock of raw material closing. नहीं है, छोड़ दो. Work in progress नहीं है, छोड़ दो. Factory cost के बाद immediately they gave you what? Administrative overhead. So we will get the cost of production. Once you get the cost of the production, now there is no opening stock, but there is closing stock of finished goods, 4,000 units. How many units are produced? We can write here 40,000 units. How many units are sold? 36. So 4,000 unit अभी भी closing stock है. तो cost of production में closing stock minus कर दो. So you will get the cost of the goods sold. And selling overhead. I'm again repeating, silly mistake students do is selling overhead is already given to you. Kitna diya hai beta? 1 per unit. If you take, ma'am, 40,000 units are produced, gone. 4,000 units are lying in your godown. 36,000 units are sold, so selling overhead will be 36,000 only. You will get the cost of sales. Add the profit and you will get the sales. I am taking little more time, dear students, because I am explaining the things. Yes? Chalo. How many units are sold? 36,000. At what rate? 30. So 36,000 into 30. 10 lakh 80,000. अच्छा है, clear है? Now, after completing this, we will start with our working note 1. Working note 1. Direct material they have given is 8 lakhs. But you have in this super pen, you have normal pen. Yeah? So, how much is the production of super pen? 40,000 units produced. Bracket में units. How much is normal units produced? 1,20,000. It's a very simple cost sheet. Ma'am, then why it's so important for 14 marks they have asked in the earlier exam? Because of these working notes. I want to repeat, you have to process the data for two products. But many students are now, they are doing extra. इसके बाद normal का भी बना लेते हैं. अरे पूछा नहीं है. They have not asked you the normal cost sheet, normal pen का cost sheet. So just don't do extra things in the exam. ठीक है? Now I'm reading out the adjustment number 1. Direct material cost in super pen was twice as the material used in the normal pen. So if the material used here is M, in super pen it is 2M. Are you getting? You know, for some students, if you don't want to write, don't write what I'm writing now. But this is for your understanding ki how the students fall into pitfall. Ma'am, direct material ka cost 8 lakh hai na? And 40,000 units here, 120 here, 160 units तो produced है. So can we get the per unit? No. 8 lakh direct material is the cost of 1,60,000 units produced. The material cost is 8 lakh, but it is not equal for both the product. Are you getting the extra edge? Huh? That's why I'm saying please pass on this message to all your friends, those who think मैम आपसे कंपाइलर ले लेंगे हम सेल्फ स्टडी करेंगे. नहीं कर सकते. किसके बाद क्या पढ़ना है is very very important, and that part leave it to teacher, dear students. Huh? Agreed? Then say yes. If not, then please give your viewpoint. Here 40,000 units के लिए you will use 80,000 kgs or 80,000 units, whatever it is. And here 1,20,000 units, same 1,20,000 M. So can I call this a new term, equivalent units? What is equivalent units? 2 lakh, 80,000 and 120. Anyone in the class is having doubt? No? Now can I do like this? What is, I'm doing little longer way, but ये बहुत अच्छा है, मतलब clear हो जाएगा आपका. Now direct material is 8 lakhs. Can we divide into 80,000 and 120? Yes. So 8 lakhs divided by 2 lakh, that is equal to 4 per unit. So 4 per unit अगर आ गया तो 3,20,000, and here not required, but just calculating so that you get total. ₹4,80,000. Clear hai? See, I want to repeat the whole concept for once. Direct material is 8 lakh and 1,60,000 units are produced. You can't divide by denominator and get the per unit answer. No, no, no. Okay? So here it is twice. So here 80,000 units, here 120. And 4 per unit. देखो अब clear है? Yeah. So can we go and write direct material is 8 per unit, and for 40,000 units 3,20,000. Ma'am, this is for super pen. What about normal pen? We don't want to make the cost sheet. Like that, now working note 2 for the labor. Labor. Direct labor for super and normal. Normal pen are 60% of super. So if this is say X, this is 0.6X. Are you getting? Here per unit labor cost is X on 1. Here it is 0.6X. And how many units are produced? 40,000 and 120. Same procedure, dear students. So what is the equivalent units? Equivalent units कितना है देखो. अरे यार क्या क्या भूल जा रहा. 40,000 x and 1,20,000 में it's only 60%. 72,000 x plus 40,000 x 1,12,000 x. Now what is the direct labor cost per unit? टोटल लेबर कितना है? 4,48,000 डिवाइड बाय 1,12,000. 4,48,000 divide by 4,48,000 divide by 1,12,000. So it's coming to 4 per unit. Correct? 4 per unit. And so it will be 1,60,000. यहाँ भी आएगा बट अब करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So direct labor is 4 per unit and 1,60,000. Take your time and ask me if this is clear or not. बहुत अच्छे प्रॉब्लम्स करेंगे एंड आई थिंक आई एम गोइंग प्रिटी स्लो. 15 minutes आर ओवर फॉर दिस प्रॉब्लम. अभी तो आधा हो गया है. डायरेक्ट लेबर, if here it is x, here it is 60%. So accordingly we have done. Prime cost. Now production overhead is same and it's 1,92,000. Working note 3. Working note 3. Production overhead is same. So directly we can do as I tried to do for the first one. Production overhead or factory overhead is 1,92,000 and it is for how many units total produced? 1,60,000 units. 40 इसके और 120 उसके. So 1,92,000 divide by 1,60,000. 1.2. 1.2 into 40,000, 48,000 plus 4,80,000, 5,28,000. Administrative overhead is 200. Administrative overhead is 200% of direct labor. What is direct labor? 160. Uska 200%, double. That is 3,20,000. So the cost of production is 8,48,000. 8,48,000 is the cost of production of 40,000 units. So 4,000 units are there in stock. What will be the cost? 84,800. Correct? 40,000 units what you have produced is 8,48,000. So 4,000 units kitna? 8,48,000 minus 84,800, 763,200. 763,200 is the cost of the goods sold, and selling expenses, that time only we have written 1 per unit. Did you like this problem? At least put me a message, yes, clear, right. So per unit cost, हाँ अगर आप per unit कर रहे हैं अभी तक, मैंने तो बीच बीच में नहीं किया था per unit, but I'm using this for working actually. वर्किंग के लिए कॉलम बनाना था, तो पर यूनिट अगर आपने लिखा है. व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ द सेल्स नाउ? 799,200 divide by 36,000. So per unit is 22.2 and it is sold at 30. So can we calculate the balancing figure as profit? 7.8 per unit into 40,000, 3,12,000. टोटल करके देखो आंसर आ रहा है 40,000 into 7.8. अरे why 40,000? 36,000 units are sold, no? Into 7.8. 280,800 balancing figure. Take your time, not willing to rush to the next one. पहले आप ये करो. Do it honestly with me in writing. अगर ये offline class होता था तो working note 1 बना के I would go till the end of the class. And I'll ask all of you to make the working note too. Okay, check the whole problem. What new you have studied since yesterday? Till yesterday, we have made cost sheet of one product. Now, if two products are there, total material cost is 8 lakhs. In that, 40,000 unit of S super pen and 1,20,000 of normal pen. So you can't divide it. See, I have shown it here. You can't say, ma'am, 8 lakh is the cost and 160 units are produced now per unit आ गया. ऐसे नहीं होता. Because here 2 times the material is used. Here it is used 1 kg, here it is 2. So we have to get equivalent units, get the per unit and work. Same way for labor. Rest all was clear. And one more thing I want to say as a booster note, write and keep with you. You remember initially we all have made cost sheet और हमने cost sheet के नीचे जगह रखा है, वहां पे लिखो factory overhead and administrative overhead are incurred. Write down very fast. After writing the cost sheet, I told you with the same pen you write and leave one page also. So one day before the exam, if you revise all the format, all booster notes are clear to you. Factory overhead and administrative overhead are incurred on number of units produced. Selling overhead is incurred. Selling and distribution incurred on number of units sold. Good. You can make your own booster notes. जहां आपको लग रहा है कि नहीं यहाँ थोड़ा सा confusion है, write a dialogue. Once if you write it, it will be clear, dear students. Nice problem. It's not important that how many number of problems you are doing. It's very important that along with the number you have to do quality good problem also. ठीक है, चलो. One more problem we will take. Then we have completed the compiler one. Then we'll go to the compiler two, where all the past exam questions I have printed chapter wise. वो भी करेंगे. We'll complete the cost sheet. चलो. After this 13th question, I'll give you a break. XYZ, a manufacturing firm, has revealed following information for September. Okay. 1st September and 30th September detail they have given. The firm incurred following expenses: 1 lakh units. Consumables. Consumables will come where? Huh? Indirect material. That is your direct expenses and all. research and development, quality control, packing. This will all come after the factory overhead and before the cost of the production. But this is packing secondary. So this will come in the selling and distribution. Got the difference in other problems? If you have the doubt कि ये कहाँ आएगा quality control, refer the format. Ma'am अभी तक याद नहीं हुआ. अरे you are in the learning stage. Refer the format back, and 2-3 times if you refer back, surely you will be very clear. ठीक है? Administrative expenses. जनरल है तो ये सेलिंग से रिलेटेड लीज रेंट ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन असेट so rent of the asset and all this comes under the factory related expense selling and distribution expense and finished goods they have given so all the three stocks are there dear students defective output which is 4% oh you remember in the factory overhead and cost of production I said credit for scrap or byproduct recovery this is it 1 lakh units का तो target है but whatever units you have produced 4% of that output is defective so 1 lakh ka 4% is 4,000 and it is sold at 61 so 4,000 into 61 shall we reduce this from the cost sheet answer is yes I'm just reading the problem how you read it. Closing stock is valued at cost of production excluding administrative. See, I told you administrative expenses will come up if it is related to production. Here clearly they said exclude. So we will take it as a part of selling expenses. Cost of goods sold excluding administrative is 7826. Okay. Direct employee cost is half of the material consumed. Okay. Selling price is 110. You are required to calculate purchase value. Like yesterday's question where purchase value was missing, but instead of giving directly the overhead factory and all, they have given all this. Prepare the cost sheet. ठीक है? Working notes you can make and then you can make the cost sheet. Yeah, just for our reference, we need to remember what's a part of the factory overhead. Confusion एक ही जगह है students. I have corrected so many mock test paper. I'm in Hyderabad. We are not allowed to correct the final papers, but definitely institutes mock test papers, my own, those who are appearing for the booster program, I am correcting. So I'm literally saying ये देखो एक बार जहां स्टूडेंट की गलती होती है ना वही एरिया आई वांट टू डिस्कस लिटिल एक्स्ट्रा come to the beginning of the chapter. After the factory cost and cost of production, in between you have to add quality control cost, R&D cost, admin if it is related to production. So here we won't add. And credit for recoveries. Clear hai? Right. And what will come in the form of the factory overhead? Factory overhead ye raha. Consumables. Consumable stores don't take it as direct expenses. It's not direct material, direct labor. It will come under factory overhead. Depreciation of plant and machinery, patent, designing, all this will come under factory. So few things in the given question will come under factory overhead and few things will come after the factory overhead before the cost of production. ठीक है? Chalo, we'll do this question. आ जाओ. अरे लेबर में कहाँ पहुंच गए. इट्स ऑन पेज नंबर 40. लेबर को अभी टाइम है. Yeah, let us do this question quickly. It's a very nice question, but in writing. I don't want you to do it orally. 13th question. 13th question in notebook with me. Let us begin. Problem number 13. You have to prepare the cost sheet for 1 month. Cost sheet बनाना है आपको. Particulars. Per unit, if they ask you prepare. Last problem they have asked you. You remember? Go and check the super pen. They asked you per unit तो ही prepare करो, नहीं तो बहुत time जाएगा आपका बेटा, paper complete नहीं होगा. In this question, they have just asked you the material and the cost sheet. So don't prepare the per unit. So we can just do the particulars and amount. Opening stock of raw material. Opening stock of raw material is 2,42,000. Purchases we have to find as balancing figure minus the closing stock of raw material, 2,92,000. You will get the raw material consumed. Add direct labor. Direct employee cost. Direct labor is half of the material consumed. Half of raw material consumed. But we don't know that only. And direct expenses are anyhow not there. Clear to all of you? Whatever information I know, I am putting it without bothering कि चलो इसको complete करके ही आगे जाएंगे. Exactly same mindset what we use for single entry, final accounts, whatever we know we are putting. So direct labor we'll write and keep. Whenever we get this answer, we can complete the direct labor. After direct labor, we have the direct expenses. Okay, direct expenses are not there. So whatever you get, you call it as prime cost. In prime cost, we have to add factory overhead. In factory overhead, this time they have given, instead of giving directly factory overhead, they gave you consumables. You remember once I told you earlier, once again, factory overhead is indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses. So consumables. This is indirect material, part of factory overhead. Research and development. वो फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट के नीचे आएगा अलग से. पैकिंग कॉस्ट इज सेकेंडरी. और एक चीज दिया था ना, कंज्यूमेबल, लीज रेंट. या रेंट ऑफ द असेट्स एंड ऑल विल कम हियर. रेंट ऑफ असेट, लीज रेंट ऑफ द असेट. दैट्स इट. वी गेट वर्क्स कॉस्ट or the factory cost. Now here too, cost of production, administrative overhead will come only if it is production related. Here it is sales related, तो नहीं आएगा. But R&D cost आ जाएगा. R&D cost will come. Anyone is having any doubt? पूछो. quality control. Quality control cost will come 2 lakh. पैकिंग कॉस्ट तो सेकेंडरी है, थोड़ा सा नीचे लेंगे. एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सेलिंग सब जनरल है. तो R&D and the quality control cost that will come in the factory cost. Okay, really sorry, I missed out. अगर work in progress है तो पहले लेना है. Between the works cost and see today's question, the difference is the parking of few items. So definitely we will take it down. If you have also written, just scratch the 2 lines. First you have to write, ma'am क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है? फर्क पड़ता है. Opening work in progress 2 lakh minus closing work in progress, that is 5 lakh. Again, what you get, you call it as works cost. Now, between the factory cost or works cost and the cost of production, now you add that R&D ka cost 2,50,000. Quality control ka cost 2 lakh. Done? Clear to all of you? Right. Now what you get is called as cost of production. Cost of the production. Here we will also reduce that scrap value. Scrap value tha na? In 1 lakh units, 4,000 units are scrapped. At what rate? We read the question, no? 4,000 units are scrapped at 61. That's why I said these are advanced level questions. If anyone is attending the class directly today, first watch yesterday's lecture, get the base and then attend. So 2,44,000 minus होगा. फिर आएगा आपका cost of production. Now what you get, you call it as cost of the production. Okay. Now in the cost of production, you have opening stock and the closing stock. So let us see. Raw material is there. Finished goods opening is nil. Still you can write opening stock of finished goods and it's nil. But closing stock of finished goods is there. How much? 5,000 units. Okay. Right. How many units you have produced? 1 lakh units. हाँ, थोड़ा सा और नीचे आ जाओ, यहाँ पे वर्किंग करेंगे या फॉर्मेट लिख लेते हैं फिर करेंगे. Out of 1 lakh units, orally we can say 4,000 units were to defective चले गए and 5,000 units are finished goods. Now how many units are sold? Cost of the units sold is 1 lakh minus 4,000 minus 5,000, 91,000. Perfect. Correct. Out of 1 lakh units, 4,000 units are defective. Scrap में बेच दिए and 5,000 units are sold. Cost of the goods sold. Now can we add the administrative expenses because they were related to sales only, general? 2,24,000. We can add the selling and distribution expenses, 4,13,000. We can add the secondary packing. Primary packing तो ऊपर आएगा. Secondary packing, 2 per unit sold. So 2 into 91,000. 2 into 91,000. That is 1,82,000. Secondary packing. Now what you get is called as cost of sales. Add the profit and you get the sales. Okay. For sales, look at the data right from the beginning. Okay, lease rent all defective to ले लिया. Closing stock, cost of the goods sold. Yeah. Selling price is 110 per unit. Ready given to you that 91,000 units you have sold at 110. So 91,000 units into 110. 100 lakhs, 10,000. Clear? $91,000 calculation clear है या नहीं? 1 lakh is the target units, 4,000 are scrap and 5,000 को क्या किए हमने? 5,000 units are in stock, so 91,000 units are sold, and for all the three we have taken the rates. We could have made one working column. Per unit क्यों नहीं किए ma'am? Selling price दिया है because they have not asked. So don't waste time in doing the per unit and all that. Clear? Right. Now, cost of the goods sold, excluding administrative expenses, is 78,26,000 bracket में given. This is the cost of the goods sold, excluding administrative expenses. So now, if you add the administrative expenses, if you add the selling expenses, if you add the packing expenses, what is your cost of the sales coming to? How much is it coming? Total किया आपने faster than me. Don't wait कि दीप्ति मैम total करेंगे. And you can go arrow mark like this. 86,45,000. Correct or not? They said cost of goods sold excluding administrative. But if you add the three, what is your cost of sales? We know. And profit we know. $13,65,000. So this we got as the balancing figure. Now can we go reverse? Yes. Hmm. 78,26,000 is the cost of goods sold for 91,000 units. So for 5,000 units, how will you do it? Clear? If you want, we can make working note. Working note number क्या चल रहा है? अभी तक हमने बनाया नहीं बनाया? एक भी वर्किंग नोट नहीं बनाया, अब बना लेंगे. चलो. Working note 1. देखो. 78,26,000 is the COGS of 91,000 units. So 5,000 closing stock का कितना? 78,26 divided by 91,000 into 5,000. 4,30,000. Clear or not? I am doing cross multiplication. How many of you are feeling, ma'am, we could have done per unit? Yes. COGS of is 7826 for 91,000. So if you divide, you will get per unit and multiply with 5,000. See, finished goods is equal to number of units sold. First in, first out. I produced at 10. Now whatever I have sold, uska cost bhi 10 hai, and whatever is in go down, uska cost bhi 10 hai. So can we write this 4,30,000? And for reference, working note 1. I'm doing it exactly the same way you will do it in final exam. Now you already have 4,30,000 in your calculator. Save the time. Don't go on typing again. वो माइनस है तो हम क्या करेंगे, ऐड करेंगे. 82,56,000. 82,56,000. Now scrap we will add and we will minus the above two items to get the works cost. 80,50,000. Aroma. Okay. Add 5 lakh minus 2 lakh. We will get 83,50,000 as the works cost. Minus 2 lakh minus 3,50,000. So 78 lakhs is the prime cost. Now there's a trick here. You can do it orally, or if you want, you can take up the working. I took really long time today to do 2 problems, but they were very nice. So this is 78 lakhs aa gaya prime cost. Now raw material ka half is the prime cost. Are you getting? Raw material ka half is the labor. So if this is 10, this is 5. So this will be 15, 1.5. Clear or not? 78 lakhs will be 1.5. Got it or not? If this is 1, uska half 0.5. ये है तो ये तो 1.5 होगा. So if 78 lakhs divide by 1.5, if you do into 1, you are getting this. There's a formula also. If you want, I can make working note 2 also. If this is 52 lakhs, divide by 2, this is 26 lakhs, total is 78 lakhs. Clear hai sabko? If this is 1x, this is half of the 1. Who said? Question said that labor is half of the raw material. And then it is 1.5. I'm going slow. As a teacher, it's very interesting to do easy questions. जो student को भी मजा आए, मुझे भी मजा आए. लेकिन what's the use if we know that professional exam they're going to ask these kind of the advanced level problem? Not always. 20% chance. Otherwise, yesterday's class was very easy, very clear. Now, can we find the balancing figure? Yes. Two lakh 92,000 minus 52 lakh 50,000 is the purchase of raw material. Okay. Did you understand the working and did you understand the whole problem? Only thing given was COGS. But to twist, they said COGS is excluding admin. So anyhow, it's excluding admin. Admin is general. So anyhow, we have taken down. And then you can continue. I think there are 3 questions with this kind of adjustment in our material. Okay. So this is a very nice question. Check it. Take a good break of 5 minutes and come back. We are doing more advanced level problems. Hello. Did you all rejoin? Yes, we have taken a break and we have completed the cost sheet chapter. Actually, yesterday we have done quality good problems 8 to 9, all similar little adjustments. Today we dive deep into that. Instead of factory overhead, can they give you consumables? Can they give you depreciation of the plant and machinery? Can they give you supervisor's salary? Right? Yes. And after the factory overhead and before the cost of production, two, three things are specifically taken. One is primary packing, one is R&D, one is quality control, and minus the scrap value if you are recovering. Okay? Right. So the last two questions, were they good? If direct material was 8 lakh and you have produced 1 lakh 60,000 units, you can't divide. Because if two products are produced and if they are not using it similarly, you will have to take it as the proportion. So I feel the concept learned is really good. Now, yeah, someone is asking, hi, ma'am. Yes, can you put your message? What is your query? We'll surely clear it. It's a live class, but surely can take up any of the doubts you have related to this topic. अब यहाँ आप रिटर्न ऑफ इनकम पूछोगे तो कैसे करें? हाँ, for that you watch Sarathi practice batch. All the videos are there for the DT, for the GST, for the custom. Acha. Now, what we are doing is we will go back to two small problems. Actually, I feel they can be asked in marginal costing, they can be asked in budgeting, but बहुत easy है. तो देखो मैंने इसको cost sheet में ही ले लिया है. Just I'm checking orally because it's like simple format and calculation. Check. Zoom Auto Limited in the business of selling cars. It also sells insurance and finance as a part of its overall strategy. Okay. Basically, what he's selling cars, but along with that, he's also giving insurance and finance. Okay. Right. Now, physical units and the sales value are given. How many cars he has sold? 10,000 of 30 lakhs. But along with cars, he has also sold insurance, 6,000 policies, and he has also got finance. You know, when you go to buy a car or forget about car, even if you buy simple electronics like these ACs and all, they say, okay, we will only give you the AMC, we will only give you the insurance, we will only give you the loan also. So everything is done because this is like, they can't say, okay, we are selling cars. If you want a loan, go to a bank. No, it's all tie up nowadays. So revenue earning from each line of the business, right? So if you are selling car for 30 lakhs, your income in the car ka value to bahut zyada hoga. But because you are having a showroom, your income is 3%. If you are giving insurance of 1500, 20%, and so on. So first let us write this. Got it? 30 lakhs और सबका ये 0 क्यों लगा है? जरूरत नहीं है, I think. Not required. Yeah, some are in decimal, so they have put zeros. ठीक है. Got it? Though we have sold car of 30 lakhs, but showroom का income कितना है? 3%. So we are clear with, sorted with this part. Now, expenses. Expenses में salesman salary. So salesman salary is 200 lakhs. Okay. Right. This is general expense. Rent is 100. Electricity and advertisement is 200. So these are all general expenses wherein incurring these rent, electricity, you are selling car, you are selling insurance, you are selling loans. So just write it. And then they said indirect cost must be allocated in the ratio of physical units. So you can apportion this in the ratio of physical units. Okay. What do you mean by physical units? Right. Just 1 second, a very important. So now they said these indirect expenses just allocate in the physical units. So what are the physical units? 10,000 cars, 6,000 policy, 8,000 loan. So 10 is to 6 is to 8 ratio. See, 10 is to 6 is to 8 ratio mein you apportion all this. It's an easy problem, so I'm doing it orally. Got it? Now, there are specific expense like documentation cost per policy is 100. And how many policies? 6,000. 6,000 into 100. 6,000 into 100 is 6 lakhs. So that is documentation cost. So that will come under insurance income. Documentation cost of loan is 200 per loan and 8,000 loans. So 16 lakhs loan आ गया. फिर आपका direct expenses per car 5,000. Okay. And 10,000 cars sold. So direct expenses 500. Okay. So now revenue earning and all these expenses and all, you are getting the GP. Once you get the GP, you incur the indirect expenses, you get net profit. And followed or not, my income out of that direct expense, then the indirect expense, and then the net profit. Check the whole problem. I am zooming in so that you can check it at a stretch. देखो कोई डाउट है तो पूछो. Easy. So what we are doing in selling the car, we are earning say 900 lakhs. Car to 30 lakhs ke, but our margin is 3%, 900 lakhs. And direct expenses we are incurring. And a portion indirect expenses, you will get the profit. Okay. Long back they have asked this. Now this is a nice question. Simultaneous equation. This can be used anywhere. So let us work it out. It's a simple question. Okay. Before we start with the 10th problem, in your notebook where you have written the booster notes, वहां पे चलते हैं. So many problems we have solved in writing. Good, no? Do the homeworks also in writing. देखो, यहाँ पे I am writing. Okay. We all know the simple equation cost plus profit is selling price. Now, if the cost is increasing, sometimes it's happened from this month, the raw material prices have increased and you want to have the same profit, then increase the selling price. Till last time your raw material was 80. Now your raw material is only 100. So 80 पे 20%, अब 100 पे 20%. You're getting? If you want to have the same profit and your cost is increased, increase the selling price. Ma'am, ये आप क्या पढ़ा रहे? Logic पढ़ा रहे हैं. If cost is increasing and same profit you need, increase the selling price. Now little change. If cost is increasing, but I want same selling price, my market is very competitive, I cannot increase the selling price, but my cost is also very high. Then what is the option left? Then reduce the profit. Are you getting? पहले कॉस्ट 80 था, प्रॉफिट 20 था, 100 था. अब कॉस्ट ही 100 हो गया, एट द प्रॉफिट, एंड न्यू सेलिंग प्राइस इज 120. मैम अर्लियर यू आर गिविंग इन 100, व्हाई यू आर गिविंग इन 120? बिकॉज व्हाट इज इंक्रीजिंग? कॉस्ट. ये हो गया फर्स्ट फंडा. नाउ नो, आई वांट प्रॉफिट मार्जिन टू बी, I want the selling price to be 100 only. Then cost is also 100. Then reduce the profit. यहाँ पे तो it's like no profit, no loss. But did you get one thing? If the cost is increasing, to maintain the same rate of profit, increase the selling price. And if the cost is increasing, you have to maintain the same selling price, then compromise on profit. This is based on that equation. So only one problem I have taken of simultaneous equation, because this will be a base for your labor chapter also, where they are asking equations. The company manufactures radios which are sold at 1600 per unit. The total cost composed is given to you. ठीक है, 1600 selling price है, 30% material, 40% wages, 30% overhead. So all this is given cost plus profit आ गया आपका 1600. Now, an increase in the material price by 30%. I want to repeat, an increase in the material price by 30%. So, abhi tak material was, you are getting or not? Material was 30%, wages was 40%, overhead was 30%. So, this cost plus profit was 1600. This was your old equation. Now, they said, an increase in material by 30%. So 0.3 into 130% also you can do. 30% से increase हो गया, तो 0.39. Now, next they say, it's an open problem, ma'am. If we don't make a column and if we do just एक के बाद एक लिखिए तो भी आंसर आता. Wages will increase by 10%. Yeah, ठीक है, wages was 0.4, 0.44. Overhead, nothing is given same. So earlier your cost was 1C, 100% or 1C. Now it is 1.13C. Clear? Right. Now, as a result of which the profit at the current selling price may decrease by 40%. Cost is increased. You want to keep the selling price same 1600. But cost is increased. So profit will come down by 40%. Profit was P. Now it is coming down by 40%, means 0.6 P. Now can we get, ये अभी तक हमने नहीं workout किया है. Can we get just two equation? First was cost plus profit is selling price 1600. Now, new cost is 1.13. Ma'am, how did we get 1.13? Increase material, increase wages. But profit is not P. It is 0.6 P. Okay? Right. So, you get what? Equation 2. Now, this is equation 1. This is equation 2. You can, substitute, or you can just multiply equation 1 also with 0.6. So 0.6C, 0.6P, and this you get. Now, subtract it from the first one. So ये तो cancel हो जाएगा. 0.53C is 640. You get C. C is nothing but your cost. You had the selling price 1600. Now you got the cost. You know the profit existing. And in cost, can you bifurcate? 30% is wages, this. Okay. Now same selling price you want to keep. Profit आ गया आपका. Profit as a percentage of cost भी किया हमने. अब selling price same रखना है. देखो. Cost is increased. Can you see? Here it was 362. Now 362 into 130%. 471. Here it was 484 into 110%. Ma'am, why 110? 10%, 532. Or ये 362 से. Cost is increased from 1208 to 1365. But selling price is same, 1600. So obviously the profit will come down, no? Yeah? Did you get it? I've proved that equation. Now, you are required to prepare a statement showing current and future profit. So we calculated current profit is 392, future is 235. Ma'am, why the profit reduced? Because cost is increased and you're not ready to compromise on the selling price. What should be the selling price to maintain same rate of profit? Beautiful open question. Anyone is feeling, ma'am, we are doing marginal costing जबकि हम तो cost sheet में हैं तो सब same ही है. What is the percentage of profit on cost? 392 divided by 1208 into 100, 32.45 on cost. What is the new cost? 1365. So 1365 mein I want to earn the same rate of the profit. Abhi I was earning 32.45%. I want to earn the same rate of the profit. So I will sell it in 180. Now you have two options. Your cost is increased with the same selling price, reduce the profit. Or your cost is increased and you want to earn the same profit, 392 here also same percentage of profit, then instead of 1600 sell it for 1808 minus 1365, 443. Ma'am, this is not same profit, percentage is same. 443 divided by 1365 into 100, 32.45%, here also 30. So what have you learned from this problem? See, these are homework problems. Huh? तो आई कान से कि होमवर्क खुद से कर लेना, मैं एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ क्योंकि बहुत सिंपल है. एंड 12th and 13th कैन यू मार्क इट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वन डे बिफोर एग्जाम. आउट ऑफ 13 प्रॉब्लम व्हाट वी शुड रिवाइज. सो यस्टरडेज प्रॉब्लम द 7th वन, 7th ही था ना. हाँ, पहले ये क्लियर है आप सबको. हाँ, सो मार्क वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट 12th and 13th प्रॉब्लम. 8th problem. All the three stocks are missing. And one more problem where purchases is missing. कल किया था ना हमने. Balancing figure, you got the purchases. So like this, one day before exam, you can check all the booster notes. You can check these 4 problems and it will be clear to you. Please comment below if the class is clear or not, or have you got a grip on the cost sheet. Those who are in app में आप comment कर सकते हो, और नहीं तो through app or through your WhatsApp, at least you can communicate, yes ma'am, cost sheet is done and it's clear. But you'll have to put efforts, you'll have to do this cost sheet wala problem in writing. So with this, we have completed our this. Now we are going to the compiler 2. Ma'am, what is the difference in 1 and 2? In compiler 1, you have the concepts, you have the theory, and you have question answers. Like quality good 13, 14 problems we have solved for cost sheet. Whereas in compiler 2, in the beginning, I have written all the booster notes in 25 pages. So one day before exam, if you check the booster notes, it will be all clear to you. देखो cost sheet का format and फिर ये pointers देख लो. Factory overhead and administrative overhead are charged on number of units produced. Selling overhead is charged on number of units sold. Raw material closing stock is valued at cost of purchase. हाँ, raw material कहाँ पे value होता है? Purchase. Work in progress is valued at factory cost. Finished goods is valued at cost of the production. While writing opening finished goods and closing finished goods, unit column will be nil. Array, I have produced 10,000 units at 1 lakh. Now I have 1,000 units. at say 15,000 and closing stock इसमें से 500 है 5,000. So the per unit column will not be right. Now you're getting or not? Whatever is the cost of the production per unit, now it will change. Okay? Right. Now raw material consumed, how do you get? Opening stock, purchase, carriage inward, closing stock. On GST on purchases, if ITC is availed, don't add it to the cost of purchase. Sales plus closing stock minus opening stock is number of units produced, or opening stock plus number of units produced minus closing stock is sold. This you can twist and turn if you know. Ma'am, same you are going to teach in budgeting. Answer is yes. Fixed overhead is constant in total. These are like pointers. Don't learn it as theory. Apply it so that you get full out of full marks and exemption in exam. Variable overhead is constant in unit. Semi-variable overhead has both the element of fixed and variable cost. Correct? Eh? And to segregate the variable cost in the semi-variable overhead, change in cost by change in units or change in cost by change in sales. ठीक है? Administrative expenses general are charged with selling expenses, and administrative expenses related to factory are charged before the cost of production. ये जो अभी आपको कराया ना 11th प्रॉब्लम में, if cost is increased, selling price is to be kept constant, then decrease the profit. If cost is increased, increased cost के साथ you want the same profit margin, then increase the selling price. Sale of scrap is reduced after the factory cost. बोला था ना cost sheet में आज करके भी देखा. These are the booster notes for material. सब booster notes होने के बाद one by one chapter I've given the past exam questions. Shall we start? We'll see if it is clear orally. What is homework for today? Those two problems and these three problems in writing. Yeah. Please open your compiler too. These are all the past exam questions. And they are compiled together in this small, beautiful compiler. You can order this hard copy or you can take a print if you wish to take the soft copy or wish. Hard copy पूरा original print आएगा. जो soft copy आ रहा है that is scanned and we are giving. So if you want to order, you can order in the app. 1 minute and just to go. Very simple. Repeated problems are only there. I think this first problem, shall we do it in writing? It's a very nice problem. Again, as I said, with wages, like you can see, they have given gratuity, SIC, PF, वो सब direct labor होगा. Instead of factory overhead, if they give you hiring charges of the machinery, all this will come under factory overhead. So this is a nice question. Or shall we prepare it orally over here? And then you will check it. Answer is there. But will you do it in writing? Company has 14,560 tons of X. They are producing X. Details are given. You remember in 21, the exam was in December. So that's why I didn't change the years and all here. Material consumed is 15 lakhs. So first we will take up is material. Then we have labor. So after the material, we will take up labor. In labor, they have gratuity and this both. So 64 and 44 you can write in inner column. And here you can write the total. 1 lakh, 108 lakhs and 20,000. Are you getting inner column and outer column? So these were wages. After wages, we have direct expenses. In direct expenses, you have power and diesel. Ma'am, is power and diesel factory expenses? No. It's the direct material, this is the direct labor, and now direct expenses. 13,000 kilowatt into 7. So ये आ गया आपका 91,000. 1,000 into 93. 93,000 plus 91,000. 1,84,000. Direct expenses. Yeah, direct expenses. Material हो गया, labor हो गया, power and all are direct expenses, and then we have the hiring charges of HEMM. HEMM is heavy earth moving machineries and all. So this will come under factory overhead. Sometimes they take as direct charges, but this will come under. तो prime cost तो calculate कर लो पहले कितना आ रहा है. $125,04 and 000. That's the prime cost. Then you can take the hiring charges. Okay. 13 lakhs for the machinery. Hiring charges for the car used for official purpose, that will come down. मतलब cost general admin expense में, selling and distribution expense के, reimbursement of the diesel car का ये, reimbursement of the diesel cost. Okay. So official directors and all, if they are using car and if you are reimbursing them the diesel petrol cost also. एक तो car rent पे लिए तो higher charges, and then you are using, so this will also be added. This will come later. Okay. Can I write it here down the line? मतलब आपका selling expenses में आएगा 80,000, फिर 20,000. Hiring charges of car attract GST under RCM 5% without credit. So hiring along with reimbursement, 1 lakh pay, I am paying 5,000 GST and I am not getting reimbursed. तो वो भी मेरा cost हो गया. Selling का cost मेरा 1,05,000. Yes. Maintenance cost for the weighing bridge used for the finished goods and all. So this is also like selling expenses, na? AMC cost of CCTV for the final goods 6,000. ये भी selling. And factory का है तो यहाँ आ जाएगा ऊपर 18,000. Followed. Now, traveling allowance and hotel bills for the sales managers. So again, this is a part of the selling expenses. Company has 180 employees and they are working for 26 days. 180 employees are working for 26 days. So prepare a cost sheet. वो तो बन गया, बहुत easy है. Compute earning per man shift and output per man shift. Now for all of you, those who don't know what is a man shift is like how many employees are working? 180 into 26. 4680 is the man shift. 4680 are the number of employees and days. ठीक है. अब पहले cost sheet complete कर लेते हैं. यहाँ तक clear था. Plus we have added factory overhead. Plus we have added 18,000 bow. So we are getting cost of production as 138,22,000. And all these are selling expenses. क्या क्या? 1,05,000 plus 7,000 plus 6,000 plus 16,000. Are you getting how I am doing? So what is your total cost? 13,139, 56,000. Anyone in the class not getting this answer, please ask your doubt. See, level of questions, the cost sheet is over. अरे आज तो before time class खत्म हो गया, bye bye, कल मिलेंगे. You will not even realize. I don't know how to prove this, and why I'm proving is because I've seen students are not ready to take up these advanced level questions, and then in the final exam the score is not good and they feel, oh, we did all the problems. You did all the 13 problems of compiler 1. Now your mindset should be clear. ये simple है. Material, labor, power expenses मतलब आपका direct expenses, मशीनरी का रेंट, वेइंग ब्रिज अगर फैक्ट्री के अंदर है तो फैक्ट्री एक्सपेंस, ऑल दीज आर एडमिन एंड सेल्स एक्सपेंस. यस, दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव डन. Only thing I feel, hiring charges they have taken as direct cost. Actually it should be a part of the factory overhead. And now this total cost, if you divide by 4680, you will get the earning per man shift. Total cost of sales तो आ गया ना, not total cost. They are asking you earning per man shift. Employee को आप क्या क्या दे रहे हैं? You're paying them wages, salaries, and you're paying them gratuity. Okay. So you are paying them 108 lakhs, and there are employees multiplied by number of days man shift. So per employee is getting per day. Are you getting? Per employee करना रहता तो divide by 180 into 26 means this is their cost, or this is their, for us cost, for them income. Per employee per day he is taking home 2312 from company. And in 4680 hours, how many number of units are produced? That was given in the very first case. 14,560 tons are produced by 4680. Okay. Even when I am taking these offline classes, that time also compiler 2 is for home practice. But home practice में आप कहीं अटके नहीं, तो I am clearing. This is the same problem we did already now. इसमें नया क्या है पता है? Material wastage है तो यहीं reduce करना है. You remember? Last problem I reduced sale of scrap. That was final product में से. So that we have reduced after factory cost. But in material, if there is a normal wastage, reduce your own. Royalty for production, direct expenses, factory overhead में consumables and depreciation. After the works cost and between the cost of production comes administrative overhead if it is related to production, R&D expense, quality control expense, primary packing, and sale of byproduct अगर है तो. And selling expenses of course include website cost and all. So what new is there in this problem? If raw material is wastage, reduce it from the material consumed only. And if byproduct is scrap, then take it before the cost of production. Problem number 3, you will be able to do it. It's very easy. See, between prime cost. Now they have given all this here. Works cost के बाद भी दे सकते थे ये सब. This is all related to factory. So they have included scrap भी reduce कर दिए. Primary packing. Primary packing will always come above cost of production. Right. Fourth problem again I have printed here because this is a past exam question. And past exam ऊपर मैंने मुझे बहुत important लगा. I don't know if you have calculated today 1 hour and 15 minutes we took to do 2 quality good questions. And even this one was very nice. Okay, right? One more problem I have seen, it's really good. Let me see if I can cover it up for all of you. अच्छा question है. There's a nice concept in that. वो अभी नहीं किए तो job costing में भी आएगा, but I thought why not? 1 minute. One second, dear students. It's a very nice concept. I know my speed is little slow today. I'll see if I can type and add it in the This happens like as a teacher. Every batch I update my material. फिर भी लगता है कि अरे ये भी कर लो, ये भी कर लो. ठीक है, I'll get it typed with the material chapter I'll do. This file is not open. But I can give you the concept of that. There's a very nice concept which I think we all should write it in our booster notes. आ जाओ वापस से. ये देखो, ये concept क्या है? Suppose last year, say the material cost. Last year was 3,20,000. Now, current year, it's an example, I'm giving to all of you. Open knowledge, but very beautiful. Last year, the material cost was 3,20,000. Current year, production increased by 20%. Means if you produce more number of units, 20% last year say, तो material cost तो change होगा ना, and price also increased by 10%. Are you getting? Price also increased by 10%. And the production also increased by 20%. Now what will be the new material cost? Simple. Last year the material was 3,20,000. If you are producing, last year material was 3,20,000. Now if you are producing 20% more, directly can we do 120%? Material price will increase by 120%? Yes. Oh, sorry. Quantity of material used will increase by 20%. So add 120 or directly 120%. And for this original quantity and this additional quantity all, price is also increasing by 10%, 110%. Anyone is feeling it's going bouncer message, and if you are feeling ma'am this is a bulb on moment, ऐसा हमने बहुत देखा है फाइनल एग्जाम में बट कभी किया नहीं है, फर्स्ट टाइम वी आर डूइंग विथ यू and it's helpful, then please comment below. And if you're watching recording in YouTube, put the duration where I'm taking up this concept. Cost sheet is same. Last year material cost was 320. Now the quantity of the raw material increased by 120%. Labor increased by 110%. Yeah. So 420 to 400 will be my this year's material cost. Okay. Right. Chalo, one more example I'll give you. बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है. Example 1. Now example 2. Say labor cost. Labor or direct wages is 8 lakhs. Now again same. Quantity is increased by 20%. I'm just giving you the data. Wages का rate. Wage का तो rate होता है ना. It is also increased by 5%. And efficiency is increased by 12%. Efficiency is increased by 12%. Inter final all students, I'll take separately one video कि ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं ना कहीं भी यूज हो सकते हैं. अभी आपका लेबर का कॉस्ट था 8 लाख. अब 20% तो क्वांटिटी बढ़ेगी, द लेबर कॉस्ट विल बी 120%. Now for original labor hours and this labor hours, the labor will go up by 105% because the price is increased. But efficiency is increased. Means 8 घंटे में पहले they used to produce 80 units. Now in 8 hours only they are producing 100 units. So efficiency will be like this is at 112%. So 100% kitna? Are you getting? Efficiency increases means cost will reduce. This will be your new labor cost. This is additional part. So many of BCom students are also watching video. I don't think you have this portion. But इतना logical और analytical है. MBA में इसी को reasoning बोलते हैं. 8 lakh का 120%. Why? Because 20% production increase, cost increased. Into 105% because price increased. But this is at 112% efficiency. 100 पे कितना? So into 100 divide by 112. 9 lakhs will be the cost of, I'm writing NL, will be the cost of your labor. Like this, can you say, जैसे for example, administrative overhead में 25% is variable, 75 is fixed. तो fixed है. Variable is increasing. Huh? Because when production is increasing, the variable cost will increase. Fixed cost will be constant. Can I give a last small example? जगह भी उतनी है. Let us say variable overhead. Variable overhead was 1,60,000. Now 25 is to 75. मतलब 25% is variable, 75% is fixed. Okay, it's a beautiful example. And variable cost is also increasing by 5%. And obviously, if output increases, variable cost increases total. Per unit is constant. अब पहले तो 1,60,000 में 25% वेरिएबल है. So I call it as administrative overhead. Variable administrative overhead is 1,60,000 का 25%. That is 40,000 into 120. If production increases, variable overhead increases. Into 105. 40,000 का 120% into 105%. 50,400. And what about the fixed administrative overhead? That is 1,20,000. It will be constant. 1,20,000 will be constant. Tell me, have you followed this? I want to repeat. Last year's cost they have given. Exactly same I'm going to use in job batch costing budgeting. Last year's material was given, but this time production has increased 120%. Price has increased or 5% बढ़ा लो. Huh? But fixed overhead will be constant in total. In administrative overhead, 75% is fixed. Fixed will be constant. Clear to all of you? I don't know. It takes a challenge to teach this way, not lucrative way. Same cost sheet. So now you are going to get exemption because base level of cost sheet is very, very clear. Per unit, if they ask, you do. Percentage, if they give, you do. Otherwise, just prepare the cost sheet. Today's class was advanced level problems. If this last part, what I have not covered now, is not clear, message me. I'll again take a special Magic of Logic series I'm taking. Whenever exam is over and the results are coming until the next, what do you call it? हमेशा जब एग्जाम और रिजल्ट के बीच में जो गैप होता है ना, कौन दीप्ति मैम क्या टैक्स क्या कॉस्टिंग. So what I do is every Saturday I take live class half an hour, picking up some beautiful concept of tax or costing like that. So I'm going to do this part, that if the production increases 120%, if the price increases 105%, and if the efficiency increases, then the cost will reduce. Followed or not? Efficiency increase मतलब उतने ही घंटे में आप तो ज्यादा काम कर ले रहे हैं, right? So check this, repeat the last 10 minutes again, and we are already doing 21 days challenge every alternate day. From tomorrow, classes will not be live in YouTube. I've completed all the demo lectures and base level. We are starting with one of the compulsory topic which comes in exam, EOQ. उसमें भी पता है at EOQ what is the carrying and ordering cost, and at 6,000 lot. Compare, shall we go for a discount policy? So we are doing that tomorrow live in Zoom and the classes in app. Okay, right? Clear to all of you? Right. So this is just to inculcate more discipline. If it is live in YouTube, ma'am, please keep recording for one more one. वो खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है बेटा. और आपका ऐप का वैलिडिटी है 6 months from the day you buy and 1.5. Frankly, I've told 1.5, but once you trust me, I trust you blindly. If you want, I'll increase the view to 2 times. तो एक बार लाइव अटेंड करो, 2 बार रिकॉर्डिंग देखो, और रिकॉर्डिंग यू कैन वॉच विद स्पीड एंड स्पेशली दैट पार्ट विच यू फेल्ट ट्रिकी. So I think that's okay. And what you have to revise one day before the exam, every chapter I'm going to say. Okay. I want a message from all of you. Yes, I'm writing chapter wise exam this Sunday for introduction and cost sheet. Clear to all of you? Right. Any doubts are there in every video's description. Telegram link is there. You can join. WhatsApp challenges group is there. You can join. Click the picture properly. Tell the name of. अब मैं कॉस्टिंग पढ़ा रही हूँ, बीच में वहां जीएसटी का डाउट आता है, क्लियर करेंगे. बट जीएसटी मैम, दिस इज डाउट ऑफ आईटीसी चैप्टर on motor car insurance. Shall we take on? Ask there. I'll surely help you out. Okay. All my blessings and wishes are there with all of you. Bye bye. Very all the best for upcoming CMA exams also. Bye all of you.